Hey, good evening, party people. What's poppin'? What is poppin'? Hey, so as y'all may well know, it's your boy Gene Woe, and we got your who we got here with us tonight? We got the lovely Shandine, the A Ashley. Who else we got over here? Who else with us tonight? Hold on. There you go. We got Trey Gooch with us.
It's your boy. It's your boy Worldwide Gucci, you feel me?
Gooch, what you got going on this week, bro?
This week, we got the SRP, we get ready for deployment.
Man, nobody care
And
about that shit.
I ain't
Tell us
gonna
about you.
we back. Alright, so, I been on the last two shows, did a photo shoot for my boy, he looked out for me. He gave me a chance.
Hmm.
Goddamn, because what else I got going on? My boots came to town, came to support Blackfish.
That's what's up.
That's all I got.
What's up, Shane Dane? What you been up to?
Enjoying the weather before it started acting crazy again. I did a whole lot of hiking this week
Hiking. Where you went hiking at?
in Manitou Springs, Colorado.
Damn.
Nice weather. I got a tan if you can see.
Quit trying to show your titties on the air. Anyway, like, is that elevation? Like, is that like real? Cause I hear folks always talking about elevation. So is that like real? Like a real thing out there? Like really dope like that?
Yes, it is. It's no joke. You have a whole acclimation period for about 60 days. No PT test, no running,
Damn.
no strenuous activity, no alcohol.
Is that real out there?
It is. People be like dying taking physical fitness tests
Damn.
Damn,
off the rip.
That's crazy.
that's crazy
I
as
know.
fuck. Hey, I think we got a good show going coming at y'all today. But like we do every week, we're gonna start this off with the infamous music minute. And so to start off this music minute, I wanna ask the my two co-hosts, hey, what are y'all favorite R&B groups? Give me your top two or three favorite R&B groups. Go ahead, Shandine.
R&B groups, R&B groups. I can't think of them right now. What you got, Gooch?
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say, Destiny's Child,
Okay,
and I'm gonna say TLC.
that's it.
And like I like 1112, 1112. Hey, are you gonna mix up for y'all? I like the Backstreet Boys. For real, back then, Backstreet Boys was powerful.
Oh shit, we on the same page, bro. To fuck with Backstreet Boys, bro. Cause shit, I guess that leads me into mine. My top three is uh Boys to Men. Number two, NSYNC. Number three, Drew Hill.
Hey, I fuck with you.
Drew Hill. Drew Hill, the greatest ever do it of all time. Drew Hill. It wouldn't be no 112 without Drew Hill. I mean, granted, it's a whole bunch more groups that came before Drew Hill that paved the way for them, but you know what I'm saying? Niggas just had a dope ass sound. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's facts.
Y'all didn't put Jagged Edge on there. I like Jagged Edge.
I ain't really fuck with Jagged Edge like that. Like they ain't really Jagged Edge ain't really do it for me. You know what I'm saying? Like they just I don't know. They vocals just wasn't there for me. You know what I'm saying? They ain't really had no charisma. They were just like really one dude singing. I ain't really fuck with them like that.
Well, since y'all threw NSYNC and Backstreet Boys in there, what about 98 Degrees?
98 Degrees was whack.
Really? No, I highly disagree.
98 Degrees was hella whack. Like
Whatever.
they were just like a watered down. I don't even know like who I can compare them to. They were just they couldn't sing first of all. They
Okay, I see how the show was starting. I see.
well no, it's being real with you. 98 Degrees was one of the first groups to R&B groups to actually like play with the what's that shit called, like the synthesizers and all that shit, the enhancers to enhance their voice and shit. A lot of people don't know that. 98 Degrees was whack, bro. Fuck them niggas.
Got you.
Anyway, y'all. So today's topic, or my bad. Hey, what my manners at? Hey, y'all got anything else to put on this music minute?
No.
Yeah, I got something to say.
What you got, bro?
Like I said, like before the show started, I fuck with Bryson Tiller. But this album, maybe I gotta listen to it all the way through again and sit there and like really listen to it. But I ain't fuck with it. I liked his first album. It was good. Trap Soul, it was good. This one, it's like he's singing too much. He need to mix it up. He got to show. He got to show the progression.
I
Okay.
thought it was good.
You thought it was
So
good. You thought it was good,
top
Shandine.
Yeah, I
the
did.
top songs on his album right now. Go.
Why you even think that shit was good?
I don't know. I like it. I like the sound. He wasn't singing too much for me. He was singing enough.
I guess. I guess everybody entitled to their own opinion, but I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't listened to the whole album. I listened to a couple songs, and it didn't do it for me. I'm not gonna call it brother trash, but it
Man,
it just ain't do it for me. You know what I'm saying? So, and we gonna well, to end the music minute, that kind of segues right into the topic. Actually, is Lil Dicky. He has a song called "Pillow Talking." Basically,
pillow talking.
pillow talking. It's a true story about uh, him coming home, taking a chick home from the club, and doing whatever they did, and then waking up or getting ready to go to bed, and she's still there. You know what I'm saying? So basically, they went to talking, and they got into like some weird shit to where they actually started talking about religion, which is today's topic. All right. So the thing that stuck out most of that song was, I'll get into it during the topic, but so we're gonna start this conversation off with religion. Religion. All right. What is religion? Religious people, the differences between religions, so forth and so on. So to start off this show, I'm going to ask Trey, what is your overall, I guess, outlook on religion?
My belief is, like when I was little, I was forced to go to church. I had to listen to what they were saying and stuff like that. But as I got older, I'm like, I tried different churches. Like I done went through all the church. I tried Christian. I tried the Mormon church. I tried all that just to see. You feel me? Just to see what it's really about. But if you come to think about it, in the Christian church, like they talk about the same thing every time. They never talk about abuse happening to me. And it's like I fell out. Like I fell asleep. Like it just wasn't hitting my subconscious. Like I couldn't agree to it. And I feel as though they use religion to conquer people.
Oh, that's a good one. All right, what's your overall outlook, Shandine?
Well, that statement that Trey just made about religions being used to conquer people, I'm going to take it from a traditional aspect, being Native American, being Navajo from the Diné tribe.
Okay.
So, uh, with all the European invasion, I guess we can say it in that aspect. They come and they pretty much used religion, be it Puritans, Roman
Well,
Catholics.
hold on. Let me stop you for a second. Let me stop you for a second. You say you taking it from a Navajo perspective. Are you a Navajo?
I am
Oh.
Native American, half
Oh, so you half Native American and half what?
and half black.
Oh, okay. Okay, so my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off like that, but
No,
Beyonce had the best story. I'm just playing. Go ahead, keep going.
but so point being is that they Roman Catholics, Puritans, Christians. When they came to the New World, so they thought, and they used all these religions to pretty much conquer the people, be it Navajos, be it Apache, Iroquois, Lakotas, Hopi, whoever it may be, all Native American tribes. They used it, to conquer. Native Americans in general and to bring them to be civilized. Because I guess derogatory term for Native Americans would be, like the savages or Indians. They use those terms, and being savages, apparently in that day and age, we weren't civilized people. So with the
Facts.
European invasion, they came out, to make us civilized and saved people. But along with all of that, it came a whole lot of deaths, genocides, just because they couldn't convert Native Americans. And more Native, I mean, well, Native Americans did convert, forcefully converted, to any type of religion for the specific reason not to lose their families or not to lose their children. But they remain traditional in aspect as they got older, almost like keeping their true selves, their true traditions, a secret to keep their families alive. So they have this thing called, well, they call it mission schools to make it sound better, I guess, but it's actually like boarding schools where they kidnap the children, they take the grandparents or parents away from the children, separate families, and they put these kids in schools and they start them young. They start them young, and being Native American, all Native Americans, I can probably say across the board, have uh, pride. We have pride in our tradition. We have pride in our cultures. So our main pride within our culture was our hair. Our hair is long, and that's what grounds us to the earth. That's what keeps us grounded as Native American people. So the first thing that they wanted to do to take away from Native Americans was their hair. So when they were put in these mission schools and or boarding schools, their hair was cut, their clothes were taken away, our language was taken away. You were punished if you spoke your language, if you wore your jewelry, if you wore your traditional clothing, and it was punishable
Mm.
by whatever and or by death. Pretty much, it was either convert or die.
Ooh, that's crazy. That's crazy as hell right there. So, okay, so before I say a few words, both of y'all just said a lot. So what I got out of that was basically a lot of negativity. Is there any positive aspects to religion at all whatsoever? Trey Gooch, go.
Oh, good.
No, you got it. Go, Trey.
Yeah, I think it's positivity because people that's their calling. That's what they go to when they going through it. They go to church. They can't wait to go to church. They got damn. You know they spirit. They spirit come out. They want to praise God and all that. Almighty Allah, all that. So I mean, it's positivity in that you go to church. You get a lot of energy, a lot of bad vibes off your chest. You pray. You ask for good blessings and all that. It's positivity behind it. It's a sense of you know everybody go ahead, Cynthia. You got it.
Well, positivity with religions. Mm, Speaking of positivity on European religions, I feel I well from I'm gonna jump back to being the from a Native American aspect. I think the only thing you probably took out of that was positive was being able to intermingle with a different culture, being able to combine and you know to make peace, I guess, with what another party was bringing to the table, even though we weren't maybe really inclined to accepting a new religion. We were more willing to make peace with new people. I think that was probably the only positive thing that came out of it.
Okay. So, all right. Let me say a few words real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna give it right back to y'all. So, my problem with religion is probably my biggest pet peeve. Right. All right. You believe in something, right? That is your right. If you need a book to tell you this, that, and the third how to live your life, got it. Some people need it. But if you're gonna actually follow it and live your life by it, how about you do something as simple as read it? All right. There are, I guarantee, in I'm gonna use two religions as in the Muslim religion. All right. I guarantee about 75% of them have never read the Quran. Guaranteed. And in that 75%, a good 90% never even cracked the book open to read not one word. In the Christian religion, guaranteed 98% of them have never read the Bible. I guarantee it. How can you follow something that is so closely and live your life by it that you have never read? How? I don't understand that because I read it a few times. Right? I ain't trying to brag or no shit like that, but I actually read. I was actually religious, and then being uh, overseas, I thought at first was drawing me closer into the religion, and so I was a smart guy. So I was like, okay, if I'm calling myself a Christian and want to live Christ-like, I need to read the book. So I actually read the book. As I read the book, I would say on the second, in between the second and third time, I realized the actual meaning of the Bible. All it is just a book of parables, basically. But I really do think that I gained the meaning of the fucking book. All right, but no matter if you think like I think currently, or if you read the book and still want to live your life through Christ, at least read the book. For example, all right, when I first moved to Texas, there were a there were two gentlemen knocking on my door. Right, open the door. I thought they was Jehovah's Witnesses. Right, come to find out they were not. They were Christians. Belonged to the local church down the road. All right, it was one dude. He's probably like 60. Another dude is in his 40s. All right, so I was already in a bad mood, and so what they did was they were basically saying, "Hey, do you know Christ is this? Christ is that?" And I was like, "Well, no, you're wrong." It's like basically you need to live your life right, like they know me, blah blah blah, this, that, and the third. And so I asked them one simple question. I say, "Gentlemen, have you read this book?" So one guy, the older guy, he's trying to talk around it, blah blah blah. It's in your heart. Christ is within you. I say, "Sir, with all due respect, can you please answer the question? Have you read this book in its entirety?" He looked me dead in my eye and said, "No, sir, I haven't." I say, "You, sir, have you read this book?" He looked at me dead in my eye and said, "No, sir, I haven't." I say, "Well, how are you two going to preach to me what's in the book that you have not read? How is that even possible? If you have not read it, but you are quote unquote repeating what's in it, it is you're just starting rumors at that point because you don't know for yourself. You don't even know what the books say, regardless of how the book has changed throughout the years. Regardless of all that don't even matter at this point. Read it before you preach it. I will have way more respect for you." So I brought them in, and long story short, these two guys asked me to come to their to Bible study and to the youth group and give them a little a speech and a pep talk. I'm not gonna fucking do it, but I appreciate the offer. And these are guys 60 and 40 years old. I'm 26. I was 25 at the time. Like, is it that hard to pick the book up and read? I mean, yes, it most certainly is. It's one of
Right.
the hardest books in the world to read because the shit is just so long, but it's possible. If I can read it a
Hmm.
few times, you can read at least once. So, what are y'all thoughts?
I feel like maybe, well, not maybe. What I feel and what my opinion is that being a minority of any sort is a target. Um, if
if you bring a new religion or a new culture and press it on a minority that was dubbed inferior before in past history, then if you think about it, it'll gain pretty much your religion army. And you'll have like a whole people thinking one way in a religion if they can force it upon you and you don't rebel and believe in your own teachings, whatever it is you believe in. And it they don't they wouldn't automatic they assume that you're inferior and never take into consideration what your beliefs are. They just want you to think one way.
Okay. So we got a comment, and we got V Gooch, who is full Navajo. She says the English language was a positive outcome for Native Americans. I guess I could rocks with it. They speak English versus their native language, and I guess they most of them speak two languages. So hey, I'm rocking with it. Hey, just like I say every show, if you guys want to call in, or hold on a second, hold on, wait. There we go. Hey, yo, look. If you guys want to call in, the number is in the live feed, is in the live comment section. And it is also 785-761-6245. I'm going to say it one more time for those of y'all listening. 785-761-6245. Y'all can call in or weigh in on it. So, all my people out there watching, hey, if you're watching the show, won't you go ahead and say something in the comment section? Hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. Let me know that you're supporting the movement. All right, so now I got a question for y'all. All right, being more so black people, it can go for a bunch of different races out there, but for black people, okay, can you be a Christian and pro-black at the same time? Is that possible? One of y'all go.
I wouldn't think so because it would contradict one another at some point.
Gooch, what you think?
Took the words out of my mouth, bro. 100%, I agree with that. You can't. Just can't.
How? Why can't you?
The teachings in being pro black, if you take the time to learn about it and where you come from as a black person or an African American or an African person, it's a lot of it's a whole different story than being Christian. It's not going to intermingle because if you're pro black, being Christian isn't going to coincide because in a sense it was taken. If you look back in black culture, it was taken. And another thing, the comment that was made about the positive outcome for Native Americans being the English language, that
That
can
can
be a
be a
positive
positive
outcome.
outcome.
It
It
can be
can
a
be a
positive
positive
outcome,
outcome,
but the
but the
thing
thing
is
is
now,
now,
if you
if you
think
think
about it
about it
now,
now,
the
the
language
language
in
in
any
any
of
of
the
the
Native
Native
American
American
cultures are
cultures are
being
being
lost.
lost.
So the
So the
youth,
youth,
That's a good point.
how is their how
how
are
are
you
you
able to
able to
speak
speak
your
your
language,
language,
so to
so to
speak,
speak,
now?
now?
And
And
being
being
That's a good point.
pro black
pro-black
to
to
Christian,
Christian,
the
the
same
same
thing
thing
applies
applies.
because
Because
pretty
pretty
much
much,
if you
if you
look
look
at
at
the
the
past
past
history,
history,
they
they
say
say
that
that
Christianity
Christianity
or the
or the
Bible
Bible
was
was
taken and
taken and
depicted
depicted
from,
from,
of
of
African
African
descent,
descent,
pretty much
pretty much
stolen,
stolen. Like,
Basically.
everything else.
no,
Yeah, I mean, the whole Holy Trinity concept is literally written on a wall in Egypt today. Like it's not like it's a conspiracy. It's not like it's a secret. Like this is facts. This is true.
Exactly.
But the whole lost language thing, you hit that nail on the head. Because if you black in America right now, your ass wouldn't be speaking English if it wasn't for Christianity.
Exactly. Think America is a melting pot. We this was a land that was just I guess I can say open to anybody to come to. This is supposed to be the free land. So
so
people
people
come from
come from
everywhere
everywhere
to
to
America.
America,
And
and
you are
you
African
are
American
African
or
American
Native
or
probably would tell you that you have another language. But the question is, do you speak that language? Is it lost? Do you still practice it? Do you know where you came from? Do you know what your traditions are?
Right. And as far as us as African Americans, it's pretty much lost. You can hop on Ancestry.com all you want, but that shit is lost. You know what I'm saying? You got anything to throw on top of that, sprinkle on top of that, Trey Gooch?
Yeah, man, I agree with Shandy. You're saying like I just don't get how like on I know it's probably got to do with religion, but like on African American, like aren't we American? Why are we? How are we African American? Like I don't get that. But
Because
like, go ahead.
so this is me. Many people believe different things. You believe whatever you want to believe, but all right, she kind of touched on it. I'm gonna get in depth a little bit. All right, so African American, right? Compound word, right? So you got your African, which
Mm-hmm.
is your ethnicity, all right?
Right.
American is only your geographical location, all right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So your nationality, yes, is American. Your ethnicity is African, right? So you got ethnicity, geographical location. That's all that is. All right. Now, if you want to lose your ethnicity mentally, because you can't do it physically unless you Lil Kim, Michael Jackson, or somebody. But if you choose to drop that and you just want to be American,
But I'm saying though,
do your thing.
they ain't got no, it ain't no Mexican American
It is
or
Mexican American. When they get their papers, Mexican American. Whenever they filling out applications and whatnot, there's
say Mexican.
always it
Say
says
Mexican.
well make sometimes it say Mexican. Most of the time it says Hispanic. You know, whenever we filling out applications, sometimes they say African American. Especially going up in school taking those standardized tests, it says African American.
African American, Black American, what is Alaskan Native?
Yeah,
Like,
that was kind of weird.
what does that mean? You know?
Like who the fuck in South Georgia is from
Any
Alaska?
other? I'm not any one of those things, as far as I know. I am
Yeah,
an other.
yeah, that shit was like weird than a motherfucker. But yeah, man, like it just don't none of that shit makes sense. So if you want to call yourself a fucking African American, then oh well, I mean you can do what you want. You call yourself American, or you call yourself African. The problem is whenever you lose that African prefix, you losing more and more of your culture. Because how many black people run around here? I ain't African. I ain't never even been to Africa. Fuck Africa. All they is a bunch of poor motherfuckers with AIDS. How many black folks you hear say that? I can tell you, I can name a whole bunch of them out the dome piece. So you losing your own heritage and trying attempting to gain a heritage that don't even fuck with you. You think black folks ran around here creating all the African American shit? We ain't create shit. They created that. So you can attempt to blend in as much as you want, but don't be mad when the results are not what you thought. So
So
we
being
got
married to a Native American woman now, I believe more of their culture than I do like Christian and Muslim all that. Cause like they actually stay true to their roots. They still do the same thing they always been doing, like with living the hogans, doing ceremonies to like all that. They still believe everything. Then like what sparked my interest when we was traveling to New Mexico. The sign said "Land of Enchantment." Like I believe that. Like I believe it's something that's there. Like I believe their culture more, man. They're more down to the earth and living off the earth and all that.
so
'Cause, I grew up in the hood. You feel me? But going to the reservation, it's a whole nother world. Like they ain't needing the government system, none of that. They doing what they got.
so basically, hey, you making a lot of noise over there, Shanding. Don't tighten up. So basically, this is what I get from older traditions. When I say older traditions, I mean such as Native American traditions, African American, or not African American, but African traditions, Asian traditions, they are similar because they are the closest in tune with nature, right? Everything should go back to nature, right? Religion is obviously man made, and everything about it is from a man's perspective, all right?
They don't live by no book either.
Exactly. Traditions are as such. You're thankful that you have a river flowing with water. You're thankful that you have the sun providing you with water, providing you with sunlight to grow your trees so you can eat the nuts, the berries, the apples, so the animals can grow grow grass, so the animals can eat, so we can kill them and eat them too.
Right.
Closely in tune with nature. All right, so we got a comment say, what if the pro black person grew up in the church like what Trey said? He was forced to go, and he is a pro black, and church would be used in a form of comfort, hope. Yes, I mean, I agree with that. A smooth 90%. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if it makes you happy, then fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Who gonna tell you otherwise? If I know some folks, I know this chick. You know what I'm saying? She was a very fallacious woman. All right, anybody can get it. You know, meet her at the club and go home with her. She decided to get herself to the Lord. Now she not living that life no more. And I know for a fact she not living that life no more. So if that's what you need, hey, more power to you. And I can't knock you. You know what I'm saying? However, comma, and the way the comment put it, if you got somebody who grew up poor and he used the Bible as hope, all right, I will be hopeful that he actually reads that motherfucking Bible, all right, because yes, you can listen to what other people tell you and be like, yes, I'm so righteous. But when you actually read it and see that motherfucker don't care if you poor, will kill you for nothing, then I hope you're more cautious, a little more optimistic about worshiping something that doesn't care if you live or die. That makes sense?
Right. So how do you feel about giving 10% to the church?
The Bible says money is the root of all evil, right? All evil. So why the fuck are they asking for it?
That was gonna be my next point, because if you have to think of the religions that came to native people in whatever location of the world. You think of the trickery, you know what I mean, to get the people to convert, either be it learning their language and talking to the children and highlighting certain things of the Bible, or whatever the religion is, and making it sound fun and something that you want to believe in, trying to
Facts.
make fantasy real. It's a form of trickery, and if you're lying to make it something better, then you're sinning because you're lying. Having pride as a whole religion toward a certain group of people is a lie. It's a sin. And that means, I mean, you can be loyal and you can take pride in whatever religion it is that you claim. But taking pride is one of the seven deadly sins. Pride is a sin. You have to be able to put all that stuff aside to accept people. Well, accept people as they are. We've all heard that term, accept me as I am.
Right.
So what's the form of trickery? Why do you have to trick people? Why would you have to lie to them to get them to come to your religion when the baseline of the religion is not to sin?
Well, number one, let me put out the disclaimer. All right. If you alive right now in 2017, you saying it. I don't give a fuck what you believe. All right.
That's a big fact.
It's simple as that. Like if y'all, I know it's probably Christians watching, and I mean no harm, but my message is simple. Just read the book. If you read the book, you will know a lot of stuff. If you got a Facebook account, you are sinning. When you ask, go to McDonald's drive-thru. When you ask, stop by the store and eating hot Cheetos. Thou should not be gluttonous, right? That's gluttony. You poisoning your body. You are knowingly putting poison in your body. And what does the Bible say about knowingly sinning? He who knowingly sins, the sacrifice of Christ, the sacrifice of sins is not yet for him. So if you knowingly sinning, he telling you you're not going to heaven. He telling you that the sacrifice that he gave, he sent his son down to die for nothing, and well, he could have did the shit. I digress. You're going to hell. He's telling you that, unless you repent. And once you repent, that means you God, I ain't gonna do it no more. I know I fucked up, but I ain't gonna do it no more. All right. You just gonna stop by the store on the way home and get a bag of Doritos. So you knowingly sinning. Half of y'all didn't even know that. I'll tell you something else you didn't know. How do y'all think about these mega churches, super pastors and shit? You know, what's his name? Joel Osteen, TD Fakes.
Their network is
It's a lie.
Like them jokers are stupid paid. What y'all think about them?
They're using people. Um, they're using people to gain credibility, to gain money, for their own personal gain, their own greed. When they might be the main ones. Well, I don't want to say might. Those they are the main ones. That are committing all of these sinful acts. Be it cheating on their wives. Be it getting all these cars. Be it getting this money and not putting it toward any type of church. You know, everybody talks about money for the church, and you don't see not one dime go to nothing in the church. Not
Facts.
no new Bibles, not no new pews, no no nothing. You keep walking into the same church every day, same problems, same issues, same roof leaking. But you still go in there every Sunday not knowing where your money goes to, but you think you're being, the Lord's child, and giving what you think the Lord is owed, which is not money.
So, like I said, I read them. I read the book, and I know what it says about specific issues, right? So, what does the Bible say about money, about rich people? Because it specifically talks about rich people, specifically. And a lot of people say, well, the Bible, it vaguely speaks and it doesn't really go in details on some things. Like, anybody will tell you that, they'll lie. They ain't never read the book. They just talking. They just trying to give you their excuse for not reading the book. Because for rich people, it says it is easier to stick a camel through the thread of a needle than for a rich man to get into heaven. I'm gonna say that one more time. I'm quoting the Bible now. If you don't believe me, look it up. Open up that dusty ass Bible you got, because I know it's dusty. It is easier to fit a camel through the thread of a needle than for a rich man to get into heaven. So all these super pastors and all these people running around here trying to get rich, and you going to church saying you're a Christian. If you listen to that, now you know.
You're full of lies.
You
You
full
big
of
on
lies.
lies that you can't fit through that gate.
Exactly. When your ass get to the pearly gates, and Peter's like, yeah, let him in. Somebody yell like, nah, that nigga got money. And your ass going to hell. Simple as that. When people say, oh, well, you don't know what God has in store for people. He still might get into heaven. How? He told you. Like, this is not, like, it's not debatable. This is what God supposedly told you. So listen to the man when he tell you, hey, look, if you got wealth, spread the wealth. Simple as that.
They spread the wealth, but we have all these people living poor, children not eating, but there's so much money in the world, but yet there's still people starving. How
You're
much
right.
sense does that make?
You're right. And I know that's a lot of negativity. Now there are some people who throws money out there. You know what I'm saying? You got
Hmm.
what's fucking LeBron James. He just gives out millions of dollars a year. You know what I'm saying? Akon. Akon went to Africa and shaped it by himself. He gave people the gift of illumination and the gift of running water, clothes, schools by himself. You have European and Caucasian organizations that have been over there for a couple centuries now and ain't did shit. But one man went over there in 6 months, did exactly what he said he was gonna do. One man done more than 1,000 charity organizations by himself with his own money. So you got all these rappers and shit talking about some I come from the hood, I do this for the hood, this, that, and the third.
So what are you
Millionaires.
getting back?
But ain't did shit for the hood that you love so much.
Big facts. I ain't seen them build up housing and all that stuff like that.
And you
And
ain't gonna see it.
like with that church stuff, man. I hate that my grandma and my mom they in that. Like I hate it because like they giving their money to the church and all that. Like it's not like I get it. You feel me? That shit get away from life sometimes and all that. You believe what you believe, but you giving 10% of your income and all that. All that's going straight to the pastor. Meanwhile, pastor got a Benz behind closed doors. He got a two-story, four bedroom house and all that. While you living in a one-bedroom apartment, you give me 10%.
Facts. Big facts.
I've seen too many times. Just like Shanique said, I've been to churches, books all broke, falling apart. The arms or hymns, whatever you call it, falling apart, missing pages. The chairs all old and ripped up and all that. But when you go outside, when everybody, it's time for everybody to leave, they drive away in the Benz. They got a nice Dodge Charger, all that.
Exactly, man. That shit.
Pastor got a new square feet. Come on, man.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, like I know some churches that out there in the hood, in the streets. The actually the churches take the lead on gang violence in inner cities, right? It's the churches who actually take the lead on that. So like just a very few now. I ain't gonna just give them all the props, but they are actually out there trying. Have you seen the movie Original Gangsters? If y'all seen the movie Original Gangsters, that was some true shit. When the church trying to get involved and all that good stuff, cause they raise these little boys. The 80s hit and cracking guns and all that, blah blah blah, whoop whoop, this, that, and the third. But the church is actually out there trying to. Some churches, maybe like 3 or 4 in the state, but anyway, are actually trying to get out there. They got after school programs. They got summer school, vacation Bible study. Well, vacation Bible study. Them motherfuckers. Well, they ain't really teach us shit. Really, no. I don't even think we open the book in the vacation Bible
Yeah, I
school.
never did. We went fishing and playing games and
Yeah, we
singing
never.
songs by a campfire. You ain't hear nothing about no
But
bullshit.
like I said earlier, they start you young and highlight the good, but they don't tell you the bad and what's coming for you when you're older.
You're right. You're right. And you're right. And then by that time, you're so molded and ingrained, indoctrinized in this
Hmm.
system. You too far gone in that point.
Yep.
You
Tell
are. Say
tell them
again.
Google Eddie Long.
Say what?
Tell the folks, the folks out there that's watching, they need to Google Eddie Long.
I'm about to say, what the hell you telling me for? Like they can't hear you. What you
Eddie
said
Long.
though? Tell them that.
And then Google Eddie Long and see what happened with him. I tell you, man, Eddie Long, he was a pastor, man, and he got caught in this Ponzi scheme with the church. He had to do a lawsuit with church members.
Eddie Long ain't that Long Stroke the one that was fucking them boys too?
I think so.
Or was that TD Jakes?
No, I think that was long.
Oh yeah, Eddie Long Stroke. That boy, he had that fucking these little boys. So let me ask y'all one more question. What do y'all think about homosexuality or homosexual Christians? Is it possible? Is it not? Is it socially acceptable? Is it morally acceptable? Is it biblically acceptable?
If you, okay, let me say this. I have no issue with homosexual people in any form, right? But
Okay.
if you choose to be as such or you are born as such, I honestly feel there's no way that you can be both because you are already committing a sin.
Okay.
You're already committing a sin. How if you have some of these people who were homosexual before and then they get delivered. Is that really possible? Is that really possible?
Mm.
You know, if you broadcast yourself out to the public as a homosexual person, but in order to gain something in return for this church, wherever it is, you show, oh, this pastor, delivered me, and this is the church. That's like putting in a plug, which brings you more money,
Mm.
more people, more converting of whoever. You know what I mean? But
More
if you
people.
think, don't you think like just regular? I don't want to say regular people. I'm gonna have to say it that way. If you bring regular people into the church, are they really gonna go to church just to go to church, or are they gonna go to church to look at the entertainment?
It's
Because
good.
you see all the stuff on Facebook and people being delivered from homosexuality. The
I'm
Bible says
delivered.
I'm the live. Yeah, definitely.
no. We all know what the Bible says about homosexuality. Off the bat, that's a sin.
Yeah.
So living comfortably in both, I don't think it's possible.
Ooh.
But I mean, I might not be educated enough in that subject to know better. So I'm just gonna leave my piece at that.
What you think, Gooch?
Yeah, I agree. I agree 1,000%. Like you cannot be homosexual and be a Christian. Like you can't. Like, come on now. That's one of the biggest things in the book. God made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve.
Okay, so what about when they say, "Well, I asked God for forgiveness,"
It's
and you still taking it up the poop shoot?
nah, no. What God said in the Bible is what He said. Can't ain't no. I'm gonna go rob this store. I'm gonna go sell these drugs and ask for forgiveness like it's gonna be all right now. That's like in the military. You get caught. You piss hot, and then you ask God for forgiveness. You're still gonna get in trouble. They don't like. You just gonna ask for forgiveness and get away with it.
People want to be into religion when it benefits or when the situation sees fit.
Mm. So I'm gonna give y'all my take on it. All right. Can a homosexual be a Christian? Yes. It's fuck he can. All right. Because for many reasons. Main reason being shit ain't real. Like you can be whatever the fuck you want to be, bro. I don't give a damn. I can't sit here and say that you if you following this shit, yeah, you perpetrate. You know what I'm saying? But me personally, I don't give a fuck because I know the shit ain't real. You know what I'm saying? I know for a fact that a figure in the sky did not kill a whole town of gay people. I know for a fact that did not happen. You can read
That's
it.
what I'm saying. It's
You
hard
can
to
read it in the
believe.
book, but just because you read it in the book, don't mean the shit actually happened. It's a parable. There's a meaning behind it. So it's not like he or you can't do it because you can, obviously. And a lot of them live very fruitful, fruity lives. Happy, fruitful, fruity lives. So I'm not about to just sit here and be like, you can't do it. Do whatever makes you happy. If you don't fuck with it, then don't fuck with it. Then, if you got uh Pastor Longstroke in your church, don't go to his church. Then go to another church. They can all tell you the same thing. I really don't think it matters what church you go to because they all gonna tell you the same exact thing. You're not gonna open the book and read it anyway. So what fucking difference does it make? I don't give a fuck if Pastor Longstroke tell you this, that, and the third, and Deacon Mosley tell you this, that, and the third at another church. It don't fucking matter. Cause one, the shit ain't real. Two, you're not gonna fact check it. Three, it don't fucking matter.
Okay, so I had somebody chime in and actually text me about this matter. So what they had sent me is that God's timeless word reveals his plan for humanity and his intentions for marriage and sexuality. While scripture teaches that homosexual acts are sinful, the Bible verses aren't condemning homosexuals, gays, lesbian, or transgender people. Rather, read God's loving warning and offer for grace and those who have strayed from his will for sex. We all live in a fallen world with a fallen nature, but in Christ we can be new creations.
Two things. One,
It only, and they say, it's trickery to go, it's tricky to go by the book because it's man written. Um, and it says it brings in a lot of other aspects of what was okay then.
okay, so there's a few things. Number one, if it's tricky to go off was man written, that's all you have. You don't have the previous original versions of the Bible. Number one, because it's many books. You don't have the originals. So you would never know what it originally said. So how can you assume what it originally said? You can't do it. Guarantee most people won't even go back to Bibles written in the 1800s, 1700s, 1600s. They all say different shit. Yes, got it. But if you ain't actually looked at it, then what the really, like, what the fuck are you saying? Two, um, where you were reading where it said that basically we live on the earth of sin and anybody could be tricked and duped and bamboozled to do anything, in which you are 100% correct. However, this kind of goes back to what I had said before, and I'm going to quote the Bible. He who knowingly sins, the sacrifice of sin is not yet for him. So, yes, you can be, I ain't going to say you can be, but you can be, or I said that, I wasn't going to say that, but I guess you were tricked, some people are tricked into homosexual activities, all right? If, okay, so if it happened once, it shouldn't happen again if you know you were tricked, right? So if you keep doing it, after you just read that long ass Bible verse, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, I really don't. Like, you know you doing wrong.
Right.
I don't care if it's 2 women, 2 men. I don't give a fuck. Like, you know you're doing wrong. So at that point, you're not tricked. You just like it. So when the pearly gates open up, and God say, "Nah, fam, you can go ahead and go downstairs." You're not gonna be like, "Well, I was tricked. I didn't know what I was doing." God gonna look at you and say, 6 times, my brother, my sister, 6 times.
You know you're doing 6 times.
Exactly. So yeah, we may live, or we do live in a world full of negativity and trickery and bamboozlery. Yes, we do. But I never thought I'd ever quote this dude a day in my life. But George Bush said,
Oh Lord.
"Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, I can't be fooled. I can't be fooled again." You know what I'm saying? Even George Bush ugly ass said that shit. You can't fool me again. Simple as that. You may get one on me one time. You got me, nigga. You got me. But you're not gonna fool me again with the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
So if you out there being fooled multiple times, oh, it's a hobby now.
I really don't. Well, I'm gonna get a lot of backlash for this, but this is like what I think. I don't think there's not really a true religion. There are true traditions, because how religion is being, whatever it is, Christianity, Catholic, Roman Catholic, whatever, these are, oh, I really don't want to say the word, but I'm gonna say it, fictional.
Well,
You
that's
know,
exactly what it is. Don't be scared.
it's
That's
it's
exactly what it
fictional.
is.
It's fictional because it was based on a lie to begin with. When the people way back in, let's say, 1865 came to the New World to settle here, what they used was, it's God's plan for America to wipe out whatever lives there, also known as Native Americans, or anywhere in Africa. It's God's plan to wipe out this area of whatever native or indigenous people live in such areas, um, because they feel they're owned, they're owed that land. That land is theirs. It's the garden of the Lord, is what they used to say, and they feel like they had claim over that. Because it was the Lord's land.
They basically gave them. They wrote a book. They wrote a book justifying what they did. They wrote a book that said, "Yeah, it's okay." So now they can feel good morally for what they did. Basically,
Mm-hmm.
that's basically what it boils down to. Like it's like the Bible is very fit is 98% of it is fictional stories. Now there are some things in there that are flat out history and that actually happened, like the flood. All right, so is the Quran, which is almost the same book. But if I had to choose one, I would definitely go with the Quran over the Bible. But like you said, yes, it's fictional. You're not gonna sit here with a straight face and tell me that a grown man lived in a fish for a few days. You just not gonna do that. Like, at what point does common sense kick in? At what point? At what point does common sense kick in? That you gonna be like, all right, look, I understand what you're trying to say, but bro, don't come at me like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, explain it as fiction. Don't explain it as fact. Like it, I don't think I would ever grasp that. Like, we are grown people. Read the book, get the message. So Eddie Griffin, this is what Eddie Griffin said about the Bible. He said it's about all doctrinal religions. Bible, Quran, you got Buddhism, Judaism, all that. Mormons, all that. All the books basically say the same fucking thing. I
Mm-hmm.
don't care what you read. I don't care which one you read. They all have the same overall message. And the message is do unto others as if you would want them to do to you. Alright? That translates in many different languages. And I say languages, I mean, what does that translate to in the hood? Don't fuck with me.
I won't fuck with you.
And I won't fuck with you. Alright? For every action, this is the scientific translation. For every action, there is a equal and opposite reaction. What goes up must come down. You can translate it many ways. Don't fuck with me and I will not fuck with you. It's simple as that. You got your business, I got my business. Let's leave it at that. And once, and he said it just like this. I love every minute of that little speech. And once we all realize that, then we can come together like butt cheeks and we'll be A-OK.
What Cecil?
Butt cheeks. Come together like butt cheeks.
That's what I feel like too. Like religion, just like how there's a race war going on. I feel like it's a religion war going on too, because
All
religions are.
wars are caused by religion. Name one war that wasn't caused by religion. You can't.
Cause you got people that's Muslim going against people that's Christian. Like it's like all right. Let me share my So I went to this Mormon church. You know how Christian church really normally are. You know you get the singing and all that. They preach the word and they pray and you get all quiet and stuff. Ask people to come up there. You know they pray with you and stuff like that. Some people catch the Holy Ghost and all that. So in the Mormon church I went to, it was three parts to the church. It's like you go in there, you're in a little room, you read a little bit, then you go. It's kind of like Bible study, but it's during the church hours though. And then you go into like the main chapel, and it's like a row of people. Like it's probably like six people. You at the bottom, they at the top. They're just looking down at you while the pastor is like in front of them reading it, and it's on some selection type shit. Like they just watching you and observing. They ain't don't never talk, don't never say nothing. They just sitting there like sitting at their position of attention, just sitting there.
Hmm.
It was weird. It was some weird shit. Like it was some weird shit. And then they after that they said, hey, if you wanna talk, you know, we can. If you wanna talk after this, we can go talking. You know, it's weird though. It was some weird shit. But I like to go see different cultures and different religions to see what it's about, see what they're talking about. Because that they was talking about Paul, he was a prophet and all that. He came back and probably same story, different day.
I feel you, man. So, uh, so I wanna we're gonna get ready to wrap it up, but I do wanna touch on something that you just hit on a little bit. Studying different religions. All right. I did the same thing too, cause you got to. You got to know what's out there. All right. So let's talk about Satanism for a little bit, just for a second. What is Satanism in y'all own words? Go.
Mm-mm. I really have not. I don't know. Maybe equally as all religions or all traditions, we can agree on that that's a bad thing.
I say it's like some people gonna say it's not a devil. Like if it's good in the world, it got to be evil. You feel me? That's what I believe. I ain't saying it's a devil. I ain't saying it's a God, but
Well, devil was once an angel.
that's what I'm saying. So with that being said, people practice that like Satanism, atheists. They practice trying to bring upon summit or fucking evil spirit
Hey,
into
hold on, hold
people.
on, hold on, hold on. Let me stop you right there, cause you about to put out wrong information. Atheists don't believe in shit. They don't give a fuck about nothing.
Wicca? It's called Wicca, right? Or Wiccans?
No, 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 no. We talking about atheists. Atheists. Atheists don't believe in nothing. What they see around them is
Yeah.
what they see. All right. Everybody need to get everybody gets the common misconception that atheists are devil worshippers. Two totally different things.
Mhm.
My question was, what is Satanism? Both of y'all got it wrong.
I don't know what it is.
Both of y'all
Can you
pretty
guys
much said it's
explain
something
to me?
evil.
I guess
Satanism don't they don't is that name is really there just to piss off Christians, honestly. Satanism, all it is a belief that pretty much a belief of duality. All right? Not saying that God is an actual thing or the devil is an actual thing. It's just the nature of duality. So let me explain a little bit. Just like Goose just said, if there's a good, then it has to be a bad. Obviously, you cannot have good without bad. All right.
Mhm.
The meaning of that is, Shandin, you were just eating a sandwich, right?
I was eating some fries.
Some fries. Were those fries? How did they taste? Were they good or bad?
They were amazing.
So they were good, right?
Mhm.
So by verbally saying that they are good, you have subconsciously created bad Because now you just created a standard that there is a good. So what's the opposite of good? Bad, right? So look at that in the Bible. You said the devil is a fallen angel. So Satan is not Satanist, but Satanism. Don't get the two mixed up. They believe. Look at the story of the Garden of Eden, right? Just look at the story.
Right.
God is telling Adam and Eve not to eat from the tree of knowledge, right?
Mm.
And people leave it at that. Well, why is he telling them not to eat from the tree of knowledge? Why doesn't he want them to be smart and all knowing like them? Because they ate from both trees. People forget that there was two trees, tree of life and tree of knowledge. If they ate from both trees, they would be godlike. Right? So why didn't he want them? And hold up, the tree of life was being guarded by angels with flaming swords. First of all, so why is he guarding these two trees? So Satanists, they look at it like this: God didn't want you to become smart. God didn't want you to become like him, even though he put these trees here. Y'all didn't grow up. Y'all didn't put a fucking seed and grow these trees. He did. The devil's telling you, hey, you 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 trying to be retarded for the rest of your life, or you trying to eat this tree and get this knowledge. That's what the devil's telling you. So that's why you see a lot of people saying that God and the devil are the same person, because God has committed way more evils than the devil ever has. The devil,
I
all he
forgot that concept.
say again.
I forgot about that concept.
Yeah. So the devil is actually trying to get you to become smarter. That's the baseline of Satanism. Now all that demon worshiping shit, that's called something else. They do their own thing. It's not Satanism. It's two different religions. Satanism is really not a religion. It's pretty much just a thought process, you know. But the devil worshippers, you know, they actually live that life. You know what I'm saying? So the whole thing with Satanism, they just really, they're actually the most nicest people you will ever meet ever in life. If you were to go to their website right now, they'll tell you if you are looking for devil worshiping, you are in the wrong spot. You are in the wrong place. That's not what we do here. We don't believe in a devil. We don't believe in a God. There's just is good and bad. For what you do, there's an opposite reaction. You cause certain things upon yourself.
I guess people. Well, I don't want to say people. I guess for me, I would get hung up on words, on wording, and you feel you know in all cultures what is taboo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess. But just it all comes with studying. You have to study. That's why I lean more towards religion if I was to ever choose one, which I will never. But if I were to choose one, it'll be I'll probably become a Muslim because they teach you to study from the cradle to the grave. That's an actual quote from the Quran. Right? Christianity, they tell you you don't need to study because Christ is in your heart. You must have faith. You don't have to do shit. All you gotta do is pray about it. Not actually go out there and work towards it, but pray about it. I know niggas have been praying their whole life. Ain't got shit. I know cats who never prayed a day in their life, rich. And then what they tell you, oh, it's in the afterlife. Let me know what happened when you die, bro.
Or like, hit me up, text me.
Exactly. Let me know. I'll come back and do another show and be like, everything I told y'all was fucking wrong. But I digress. So hey y'all, we gonna wrap up this show, man. Today's show was religion. So hey, what y'all got any closing arguments, closing remarks y'all want to throw out there? What you got, Trey Gooch?
I'll be going to Germany soon, and then to Korea. Hope y'all share some stuff with the Black Fish community out there. Of what I'm gonna see out there, I'm gonna go see some churches and stuff and see what they talking about. See what the message is. I'm gonna record some stuff. Let y'all know what's going on in other parts of the world. Cause it ain't just happening here.
feel you. Hey, Linda Brown, that's Trey's mother. She said, "Christ lives." My dudes, I love you. But all I gotta say is, how, Sway? How? You don't have the answer, Sway. Nah, I'm just playing. Hey, go
But
ahead.
no, but even though they were saying he ain't come back when it was slavery, he ain't saved nobody, this and that. Like I can like come on, man. People dying. Like
Yeah.
the world is fucked up. The world is fucked up. You feel me? And if he can fix it, why not fix it?
People often say that we are in the end times because the world has never been this fucked up, and that's just a constant reminder to me that how quickly people forget history. Hey, y'all forgot fucking World War II? Just like, have y'all forgot that shit? Y'all really think times are worse now than what they were about 80 years ago? Y'all cannot forget that fucking easily. You cannot. Y'all cannot forget about Genghis Khan. Y'all cannot forget about Leopold. Y'all cannot forget that fucking easily. Y'all cannot forget how the fuck y'all got here. First of all, y'all cannot forget that easy. No, 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 no. I'm not gonna sit here and believe that people are that naive to think that today we are worse off than what we've been in the past. I'm not gonna sit here and fucking believe that people, grown men and women, actually believe that. Cause I know, just like you know, that's not fucking true. The transatlantic slave trade. You ever seen a bunch of niggas get thrown off a boat, get fed to the sharks with the sharks following the boat because they know they about to throw niggas off the boat? I think that was worse than what we in now. Man, y'all got me hyped for a second. Man, this shit, let me chill. What you got? Goddamn Shandine. The A?
Well, I I don't know. Well, I don't. Hmm. I mean, religion is religion. I base myself off traditions. Um, Everything I feel for myself is traditional. I mean, religious people are out there. It doesn't bother me. I mean, we've cohabitated this long. I mean, you believe in what you believe in, just like everybody has their opinions to whatever they choose to believe in.
No, hey, I rocks with you. All right. So I'm gonna close it out with this, man. Hey, if you're a Christian, if you're a Muslim, if you're a Buddhist, if you're a Mormon, more power to you. Do your thing. Do whatever makes you happy, my brother, my sister.
Mm-hmm.
However, I want y'all to actually own to
Read.
your religion and read the doctrine. If you say you live by it, actually read it and adhere to it as much as you can. It's virtually impossible, physically impossible, and mentally impossible to actually follow it. But I don't expect y'all to know that until y'all actually read it. So actually read it, and most people, most intelligent people will have far more respect for you. I don't care if you still believe it or not. I don't care if you convert. I don't care what you do. Because it's your life. It's your business. But just own up to your religion and read it. All right? Adhere to it. And then you will be way more respected when you come to spread the word. Because we know you actually took the time out to read these books that are mad long.
Mm-hmm.
All right? There's a lot of things we didn't talk about that we didn't get into and that we will definitely get into in the future. This is my favorite topic, you know. I kind of like it. I like hearing different opinions, this, that, and the third. So we'll probably hit this topic again sometime soon. So, like I said, just do whatever you got to do, but have some respect for your own faith. Have some respect for it. If I can read a book and I don't even believe in it, you should feel disrespected. You should be ashamed of yourself. If somebody 26 years old can read a book a few times and you 30, 40, 50, and you never even thought about opening it. Put that in perspective for you. So, with that being said, I want y'all to be sure to tune in next week, Thursday, where we will be coming at you again with another show. Topic to be determined. If you got any topic ideas, go ahead and let us know. Always looking for fresh ideas, different stuff to talk about. I want to talk about something that I know nothing about because that will give me an opportunity to expand my mind and research some stuff that I never probably never thought about thinking about. So, with that being said, I hope everyone has a good night, has a good life. So, y'all got anything to say before we close it out?
Nope. You said it all.
What you got, Gooch?
I ain't got nothing.
All right, y'all. We about to wrap this up. So, just like I say every week, always keep one fist held high, two horns to the sky. Good night, my brothers and sisters.